Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear brothers, and the message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Please post my story as hidden identity. I am a man who is aged 27 years old, and I have my own confession that I want to give you. This confession, it is all about how I ended up being a ritualist, and this is my story in details. Brother Nashi, I came to South Africa. This was in the year 2016, and I come from the village that is in Masvingo there. When I came here to South Africa, I can say that life was very difficult. From the outside, you can think that once you are in South Africa, you are going to find a job quite quickly. But as for me, life proved to be very difficult. And as someone who grew up in the city, to end up working at the farms, it was quite difficult because I am not someone whom you can call a hard worker. I am intelligent, and I do not like this thing of hard labor. So when I came here, I then started working for this other white man who used to insult me a lot. Anyone that has worked on the farm, I am sure you know about this. Those guys, they will make you to lift up heavy stuff. As for me, I had never lifted anything that was heavy. As a matter of fact, when I had came here to South Africa, I didn't even know how to use even a spade because I just grew up in the suburbs. Then it happened that it was in 2018 when I was on Facebook. That was when I saw this other advert on Facebook. You know, there are those traditional healers that actually say that they know how to turn you to become a ritualist, how to give you blood money. I then started speaking with that man whom I would call uncle. He was coming from Malawi. I spoke with that man. This man, I later found out that even though he was using a Malawian number, but still the man, he was there in Capetown. When I heard that this man, he was also in Capetown, I was really happy, and I said that finally, God, oh, you have done this great thing for me. Now I will be able to meet up with this great traditional healer from Malawi. I went to that man, Brother Nashi. We spoke for a very long time. This man said that he was going to assist me, not because I had money, but he had seen that I had the nerves to become a ritualist, and he had great respect for me. This is the only reason as to why he wanted to assist me. This man, he then said that I want you to go to this other club. I started going to this other club. This started happening when I was back home in Zim. I had to travel all the way from Cape Town. I had to take that risk, Brother Nashi, at that time. And I came back to South Africa. And I had to travel all the way from South Africa coming back to Zim. I had to take that risk, and I knew that now that I had been given an opportunity, I said this when I was on the bus, if I have to show the devil that I am willing to give him all of my soul, then let him see that indeed I am willing to give him all of my soul. So this traditional healer, he had given me a small snake, or such an evil thing that I did. This traditional healer, he gave me this snake. It was inside this other small bottle of Vaseline, but it was an empty bottle of Vaseline. It was an empty bottle of Vaseline. That is where he had placed that small snake. What he told me is that once you have found a prostitute back in your country, I want you to sleep with this prostitute, make love to her, but make sure that you make love to her even without using any protection, the better. It does not matter if she is sick or if she has an STI. All that you need to do is to make love to her. And the trick was that the first prostitute that I was going to set my eyes on, that was the first prostitute that I was supposed to make love to. When I had arrived back home, my mom, I stopped her from opening up my bags, my personal bag that had my clothes, because inside that small monarch, that is where that bottle of Vaseline that had that small snake that the traditional healer had given me in Cape Town. So I didn't want her to find anything. I just said, Mom, you can open the groceries, but as for that small bag, please do not touch it, because there are some of my expensive clothes there. I then fell asleep, and throughout the next day, I was just resting. I was waiting for the evening to arrive. When I had freshened up, I then went to Touchline at this other club. That was when I came across this very beautiful woman. She was quite old. I can say that she was older than my mom, since she was the first prostitute that I came across. Like what that traditional healer had told me, this is what I was supposed to do. I told her that I wanted to be with her for only a short time because I had to do what they call a hit and run. I spoke with her, and when I said that I want to sleep with you, but I do not want us to use any protection at all, she then gave me the price for not using a condom. But she said, I have to see your manhood just in case if you are having an STI. We then went to this lady's room. When we went there, she switched on the light. She took a torch and she lit a torch on her phone, and she told me to remove my trousers, and I removed my trousers. She came and she knelt down. She then started to inspect my manhood. She wanted to see if I didn't have an STI or any blisters on my manhood. She thought that maybe I wanted to give her some certain kind of a disease, but what she didn't know is that she was going to be my sacrifice, because even behind me, I felt that the devil was watching me, and the devil was really proud of me on that night, Brother Nashi. I felt his presence in that prostitute's room. Then after that lady was satisfied, she went and she laid on her bed. Then I pretended as if I wanted to take my phone out of my trousers. I said, you ladies of the night, I know you. I have my phone in my wallet. After making love to you, you are going to demand your money. Then when I would try to look for my wallet, I'm not going to find it. She was just laughing as she was watching TV. I just turned around, Brother Nashi, and I opened that small empty Vaseline bottle that had that snake that the traditional healer had given me. That snake, Brother Nashi, it then rushed and it entered into my manhood. It used, that small hole that a man urinates with, the hole that you use to urinate. That is where this snake entered into my manhood. I felt it as it was going to rest in my balls. Then I climbed on that prostitute's bed and I started making love to her. I kept on making love to her, and that snake, I felt it when I was ejaculating. It also left my manhood, but oh, how powerful it was, Brother Nashi. When this deed was done, I then left that prostitute, and I knew that now this snake, it was now resting in her womb. I then returned back home. I spoke with that traditional healer from Cape Town, and I told him that everything has gone according to plan. He told me that I had to quickly return back to South Africa. You know that there is a long distance between Cape Town and Zim, but still my relatives were even surprised because I had not even properly rested when I was on the next bus that was returning back to South Africa. I came back to Cape Town, spoke again with that traditional healer, and we concluded the rituals. When we had concluded the rituals, he said, now you are free. You can do whatever that you want. When I returned back at the place where I was staying, whilst I was fast asleep, then that snake, it started to vomit money. When this lady, this prostitute, the moment that she is making love to a man, when that man is ejaculating, this snake that is in her womb will be eating up the semen that comes out of that man. When you ejaculate, it does not matter if you are using a condom or not, because it is a spiritual thing. This snake, it will open up the mouth of the womb, then all the semen will come out of the condom into that prostitute's womb. Then it will start to eat the semen, and this means bad luck to the men that would have slept with this prostitute. So you can imagine how many men a prostitute can sleep with on a daily basis. As long as she is alive, Brother Nashi, that healer told me that I am safe. My covenant that I did with the devil, it is safe as long as she is alive. I asked this traditional healer, what is going to happen the day that she is going to die? That traditional healer said that just pray that she does not die soon. Just enjoy your money. What pains me the most is that this money, I am not allowed to invest it in any kind of a way. I have to use it. The money that is being vomited by this snake, this money, it has to quickly leave my pocket so that tomorrow this snake can vomit more money. I am a big spender. Any lady that I am with, they call me a big spender. I usually hang around some of the fanciest nightclubs as well as restaurants around Cape Town, because this is where I get most of the beautiful ladies that I can spend a lot of cash on, but they do not know where this money comes from. Ladies do not care where your money comes from. As long as you have money, you can have the most beautiful woman in the world by your side. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear brother, only 27. He's saying that they call me big spender. It's around the clubs that I go to. They say that I am a big money spender. Strange things do happen.